Alex is back. He needs a new kayak. We're gonna take care of that today. We're gonna find something good.
Yeah, I want something that I could put motors and more motors and extra motors.
Extra motors. We have it for you. The new Titans, the TitanX series from Native. We have the 10.5. We have the 12.5. And you know what's cool about these this year? 360 seats.
Ah, but we gotta show them.
360 seats.
Can I jump in there? Hey, I only weigh 100 pounds.
Can you step up there? Can you get up there? I got a ladder.
Just hold it. Just hold it. Ooh, just hold it. Okay. So let's say you're on the water. You're doing your thing. You stop. You get a rod. Oh, yeah. You know what I did it?
What are the fishes running behind you?
The outboard. And you turn around. Oh, look. Can you hold it in place?
I don't think so. I think you'd have to make a
Okay, let's say you're paddling. Okay. You know what? We gotta take it on the water. We gotta do a little water demo with it.
Gotta try it out.
Gotta try it out because we gotta see if you're paddling. Because I don't know. I mean, why would you paddle this? But anyway, I wanna see the movement. Let's see.
There's a lot of room in this boat. And this one is the 10. For a 10.5 foot boat, this has a lot of room.
Bro, I'm going fast. Nice. This drive feels really good.
Yeah, it's a smooth drive.
Look at that. It doesn't. There's no.
The smoothest on the market.
Exactly. There's no like.
No resistance.
No resistance. There you go. That's what I was. The word.
Yeah.
And the sound is just a normal sound. Like.
It's quiet.
When you go fast, you hear that boom boom, but it's quiet. It's like a tank. It's a Titan. So it's nice that it goes with a Titan. But this is a new boat that I don't have. Hold.
I'm holding.
Okay. I don't have any videos for it in the channel yet, so we gotta do something. Let's do a full walkthrough of it. Gotta show the people everything about this kayak.
All the way. Okay.
That's good.
Thank you. So, David, you know the best part about making videos?
What's that?
Is having people like you that you just take over and I just get behind the camera and you do everything. How's that?
Just kind of take over the videos here.
Exactly. So what do you got here? Look at this. You know why they did this?
So, for a trolling motor.
Bow-mounted trolling motor.
Bow-mounted trolling motors.
That's special right there.
Electronics mounting plates.
Let's show them how it looks underneath.
You would just drill.
Oh, you're gonna have to do the cutout.
Yeah, you have to cut it out, but then it's this piece here is replaceable. And there's rod tubes in here now.
Wow. Didn't we just say something about rod tubes? Okay, so
there's rod tubes in here, the removable deck.
You got this little tray right here. I guess you could put like a little battery in there.
This is have a battery here.
Oh, this is actually a battery weld right here. And this is like for whatever. And this is built in here, but there you have access to inside of this hole. Oh, but look at this. Look, the battery come from here, the cabling goes through here, and then you cut this out, and then you mount some sort of socket here to power whatever you have there. Could be a camera.
It'll make it clean.
Yeah, it could be a bow-mounted trolling motor. Look at the lines here.
A drain.
So,
water drain.
Do you think this thing is gonna be like, if you put too much weight in here, that it's gonna start digging down?
I don't know, but if you take any water off the side, it's a channel to channel it out.
I really love these handles right here because you have a gear track handle and it's covered with this heavy-duty rubber material.
The boat has lots of tracks. If there's tracks here, tracks on the side, tracks in the rear. So hey, I even put the Yak Attack storage box here on it.
Boom! those are cool.
Yeah.
So look, if you wanna, like, you could remove this easy without having to destroy this thing. Just remove the screws and take it out and put it back in. Super cool. Oh, you know why they did this? I don't think so much for a bow-mounted trolling motor because it's a 10-footer. More like for a power pole in the front.
Yeah.
If you wanna put it there.
See how easy those slide on and off.
Super
We're gonna take
easy.
this one. You gonna take this one out of the water in a bit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take it. Yeah, definitely, because I gotta show them how it does in the water. There's one thing about talking about it, and there's another thing being on it. But bro, this thing looks really nice. I want to film from the other side, but the light.
Here, we can roll it out here a little bit if you want to bring it out.
Oh, you know, yeah, you're right. Let's just put. Oh, that's perfect. There you go.
Better lighting here.
That's what are we talking about. All right, so let's continue here, this latches down right here. I seen people on YouTube, not people, but Greg Blanchard, putting too much stuff in here, not being able to close it.
What? Not being able to close it?
Yeah, because he put like 10,000 things in there. And can you lift the drive up? Let's just show them how that looks. Look at the plate.
So you, of course, this is the alignment, and then it just lifts out.
Well, that was a second.
Yeah.
And this one has the weed guard thing built in.
Yeah. If you get tangled in the weeds and you hit reverse, it'll cut the weeds off. It's a weed cutter.
And look at that, made in the US right here. And rod tubes, you got 2.
Rod tubes.
And for the looks of it, it could probably hold even 8-footers, because you could take it all the way back here. I like it that they did this little notch right here, elevation thing, so the rods are not like on the floor. That's cool.
Yeah.
Do you have a rod? I forgot to bring one.
A rod?
Yeah.
I got a rod.
All right, so let's go ahead and put the drive down. So we look at the deck. Put that there and latch down right here. Not gonna do it because, you know. And oh wow, you got screws right here. I'm not sure what that is holding, but in theory you could put like a web thing in there. It's kind of to hold pliers and stuff, and you have it on each side. Over here, this cavity is huge.
How tall is that? That's
like a 7.5.
6.5. Yes. This
Yeah.
is a flea market prop rod. But hey,
Hey, it works.
look at that.
Look at that, perfect. Oh, and it's right here on top of the. I mean, you're probably gonna have a black pack right here, so you're probably not gonna be able to use the rod.
You can also adjust. I mean, if you, this is for a paddle, but
Yeah.
hey, look at that. That holds a rod.
Exactly. I mean, it's 7, even an 8-footer. You're gonna be able to put it in there if that's what you want to do. All right, so we got padding right here, more padding. It would be nice if we had more paddings than that. Something that Native does, they always give you
some
the
plugs.
the plugs. Although the first thing I do on a kayak, I take them off, because like Jeff Little said, they're there for a reason. It's just for the water to get out. I mean, if you're taking a lot of water over the boat, it's gonna start pulling in, and it's just a mess.
It's nice on a calm water day when the water's cold.
Exactly. When
On
it's
the
super
lake.
cold or you're going super slow. I always love the Native gear tracks. They're super strong, and like whatever you put in there is not coming out.
Nope.
So talk about that new seat. What do you think about the new seat?
I haven't actually got to try it yet. These are so new, but I like the swivel seat. That's what a lot of people kept asking for. Is a swivel seat, so you can fish all the way around the boat.
Do you think people are gonna miss the old seat?
I don't know. Probably not. You see, there's like a tray under there too.
It's a junk drawer. It definitely come out. Nice. That is very useful. I really enjoy doing that. And look, let's count how many electrical plate. I forgot the actual name for this, but here's 1,
There's
2, 3,
here.
and on the back
There's one here.
4, 5. Super cool, man. Now, is there a way to move this seat forward? Oh,
course.
sure. They're in the rail.
Of course, you have to be able to move the seat, so you can move the seat wherever it needs to be.
I wonder how easy it is to remove the seat completely.
To take it out?
Yeah. No, don't do it now.
You
but
just have to
like-
take you just pull these all the way off.
Yeah, unscrew it completely.
They're just on tracks. They're just track mounted.
Yeah, I mean, but they're there, like I was saying before, super nicely in there. They're not coming off. But the reason why I wanted to move the seat forward, can you lose that one over there a little bit so we get access to this right here?
Oh. Yeah, let me twist it a little bit.
There you go. Now, look at this. What is this right here?
It's a whole nother storage.
Okay, yeah. Now I see some issue with the space over there on the 12. We're gonna give you a.
These have latches here too.
Oh, okay, but it's still like you gotta put the seat all the way forward because it's a 10-foot boat. Oh my God! Like, look at
It's a
this
battery box
battery box with
with a tray.
the strap, and then a tray. I wonder. Let's show them what's underneath that. Underneath the battery. Well, there you go.
So you got access inside of the hull from there.
Exactly.
So if you need to run anything, any wiring, it's easy.
Yeah, I mean, it's like in the middle. You could probably even put your hands all over here, but you also have another access point here. But this battery tray may not be able to hold like a 100-hour battery, but you could just take it off and put it directly in the hole.
Right.
So if you need more space. Now let's put that back in there, and you got that access point right here to make it clean. All the wires, all
These
the
are heavy
connectors.
duty, like on the coolers.
Oh yeah, definitely. And you got 4 of them. You gotta remember that. Boom. This right here is
So
the
if you let
steering
your
handle.
rudder down, you can let the rudder down here. Then
There you go. So what do you think about this Daco paddle holders?
well, it's a track mounted. Yeah, of course. It just they included these so you can move them anywhere that you want on the track.
Who needs a paddle with this thing, man? You put a nice trolling motor or Newport vessel or BSP, anything right here in the back, and you don't have to paddle ever. So we got another flush mount rod holder right here. I really like the new designs. They look like they were designed for the boat instead of having an aftermarket one. And these are tracks. Yak Attack Mighty Mounts, one of the versions. And it has this, you could remove this if you don't want it. Or you could move it and use it for something else. You could put a camera mount here or a flag or whatever you need to. Oh, nice. This is from the Bona 5. Look at this. The little
hooks there.
The little hooks. You just put in your black pack, you hold it down, and these bungees are strong. Another one here in the back. And this one will be used for, I mean, if you're running a motor right here, you want to put the battery cable connected from here to here where the battery goes. Everything is super clean. Look at this. Look, if you didn't have that, you're gonna have the wires all over the place. And in the back we got 1, 2, 3
mount sets. These are not holes into the boat. These are threaded brass inserts.
Exactly.
So it doesn't leak.
It doesn't leak, and that thing over there is probably super like full of plastic around it. Like it's not gonna be an easy. I don't think I could reach it.
Well, it screws into the top. So whatever you screw in, you can screw in because there's threads.
Yeah, I know, but I want to show them what...
You can't get a camera in there.
I can, the phone. I'm going to go in there. Hopefully I don't drop the phone. I think that should be...
You're doing some recon.
I'm doing some recon inside the boat with my... Oh, that's cool, man. With my phone, showing you how it looks underneath. Wow. They pack so much into this little tiny kayak. It's incredible. What do you think?
It's a nice boat. We'll see. We've sold several already.
This is the TitanX 12.5. It's, I mean, you could see the quality. You could see how well built this thing is. When I bought my first ever Native Watercraft kayak, like the first time I saw it, I go like, wow. Like you just look at it and you smell and you see quality. Yep. Am I wrong?
No, it's a good quality boat. I like it made in the USA.
And they do put this thing through its paces, testing, make sure that things work.
And you can get them right here at Action Water Sports.
Hey, and it's not a bad drive from anywhere.
Right in the middle of Central Florida.
Exactly. The Titan 10.5 is actually 10 feet long and 8 inches. It's a 10.8. But for marketing purposes, 10.5 sounds a lot better. It also, the dry weight of just the hull with nothing on it, it's 115 pounds. Yeah. Should we test that? We should take it to the scale. Yeah.
We could.
We should do that. Now, the fully fitted rig up boat, like you see here with the seat, with the drive, that's 149 pounds. This is pro angler territory. This thing is heavy. And now you're probably thinking, it's only a 10.5 feet long boat. Why is it so heavy? Because it's 38 inches wide. That's why. Now, the MSRP on this thing, $32.49. $3,250. You do get a drive. You don't have to do anything to it from, like, you could take this from Action Water Sports right now, get a rod and go fishing. You don't have to bring anything else. Oh yeah, your tackle trays and stuff like that, which you just put in here. So this is like an all-in-one package, and if you do want have a better experience, you can just put in a motor right here in the back. So what do you think? $3,250. Is that a good price? Comment below. Now let's go ahead and move to the 12. Give them a proper walkthrough of that boat. I did do a walkthrough already, but it has so many things on it from ICAS that you couldn't see the boat. All you saw was motors and batteries. And we're gonna compare them later too.
We just checked out the 10.5 foot. Now you can check out the 12.5 foot. For us big guys, all those same features, but it's a bigger boat.
You know what?
You can still lift it up.
Look at this. You don't have to go to the gym, bro. You don't have to. You just work out with this thing. Dude, and if you want to do some aerobics, is that how you say it? You gotta drive here.
And you can stretch because you have a 360-degree swivel seat.
What is this? Is this a kayak or is this a boat?
Oh, it's still in the kayak realm. But it's a big kayak.
It is a man's boat.
It's a man's boat.
It's a kayak.
Hey,
now,
this you could fish tournaments in. If you're gonna fish the kayak tournaments, it's a good one to be in.
With this thing, you could do anything. You could go offshore, inshore, backcountry. You could go explore the whole entire 10,000 islands. You could do anything with this thing. You could put motors.
12.5 is a good size to carry a lot of weight.
Will you say will be one of the best boats a bigger person could
For
get?
a big guy, of course. Yep.
350 pounds, big guy.
And
go to the Titan.
It's got all the mounting access points, so you can rig it up.
Right, but
lots of fun stuff.
Let me do this because they want to see the boat. I mean, and you. They don't want to see me. They just want to see the boat. So let me just do this quick. Okay.
So in the front, of course, you got that great handle again. With the rubber, it feels good. It's actually a gear track. It's mounted on there. It has all these threaded brass insert attachments for a power pole or a motor if you wanted to put an XI trolling motor on there. You have the mounting plates for the accessories. That's removable, and you can replace it if you ever change out what you're going to do and you don't want to leave a hole in your boat. Sometimes people sell it and they take this gear off of the boat. They don't want to leave holes in the boat, so it's really nice to be able to replace it with a nice clean cover there if somebody got a different boat.
Especially if you make a mistake.
Yeah, yep. Then you have a little bit bigger storage hatch here with a removable tray on the inside. And look, down here, Alex, rod tubes.
Is that a good idea, David?
I think rod tubes are a great idea. I think it just gives you another place to put the tips of the rods and the weeds aren't catching them and they're nice and secure and out of the way. So as long as everything is waterproofed on the egg tray, and it looks like they did put a gasket in here. I see gaskets right here. You see that gasket?
It's gonna be hard to see, but I could show them.
So with a gasket, it's gonna be sealed.
So what is this here?
This here is of course, this is the MSO. Hey, if you ever buy a new kayak, make sure you get the manufacturer statement of origin, which is like its birth certificate. So we provide that on all of them. Oh, hey, you know what those are?
What?
Those little screws?
No.
Of course, I would never use them, but some people use them. They actually go into the pedals here. So if you're going to use shoes all the time, you can put these little screws on your pedals and your shoes will never slip off. But I don't like them because you definitely don't want to pedal it barefoot if you put those on. Anyway, they're included.
Whenever I'm on the water, I take my shoes off.
Yeah, that's why you don't want to put them on there.
But you know why they did this? Because a lot of people were buying aftermarket ones. And they go, why will you do that? Just get ours and put the things if you want to. A lot of people in the north, they have heavy boots, so maybe they need it, right? So look at this hatch here.
These are the locks right here.
The rigging plate, I don't know if that's the name, but on the tent it was on the hatch because of the space. Here you have like a proper hatch and a bigger tray, of course, more size, and you could put a nice decent sized battery right here. I just love those lines, man.
Yeah,
it looks so well built. It's incredible. Now we got the drive. What is the warranty on this drive? I think it's 5 years.
I gotta look at I can't remember.
It's at least 5 years warranty on this drive, and this drive have been around for like.
I haven't haven't had any issues with these as long as I've been selling them.
Never.
Native drives, I don't have any problems or warranties.
I had one for 2 years. I used it all the time. Never a problem at all. It's super well built. It comes with extra goodies. It's super fast. I would say this is probably the fastest one.
It's really smooth. There's some drives units out there that use belt-driven systems that are they're rough and they're loud and noisy, and they don't, like, if you push them, they don't keep turning. You push on it and they'll stop. I don't want to mention any names, but
yeah, no.
Feel free to ask me questions later.
Exactly. All right, show them how easy it is to bring the drive up.
So of course, you have a little lever here. People ask, this is a prop alignment tool, so you can align when you're turning it. You push this down, so now you know it's vertical. So when it's vertical, it's easy to lift up and out.
Wow.
It's also easy to take on and off. You have 2 levers here, and look at that. The whole piece comes right off.
And that thing doesn't look heavy at all.
No, that's probably 15 pounds or so.
Yeah.
Maybe 20. I've never actually weighed one.
Most other drive are heavier, like drive.
They are,
like this.
yeah, they are heavier. So.
And this is the original one. You're probably seeing a lot of copies on other kayaks. This is the original drive, propel drive. Super
and
nice.
You have your swivel seat, which we love.
One thing with this drive is the weeds.
The weed guard.
But it has the weed guard, so that will make it.
It'll cut them.
It will cut them.
Basically, if you do get weeds, you just stop, pedal in reverse, and it forces the weeds into this little lip right here, which will cut them off. And then you just go backwards. Weeds should come off. Then you go forward again, and you're free. Of course, if you get in real thick weeds, it's simple just to lift it up, and pull them off by hand, and keep going.
Or just paddle.
Just go.
And you touch on something that we didn't touch because we before on the other one, because we take this for granted, is that instant reverse. This is a propel drive that instantly go in reverse.
Forward and reverse, yeah.
And if you're fishing docks, if you want to stay at a point fishing, that is one of the best things you can have, because you don't have to switch cables, you don't have to get your paddle to go in reverse, you just go instantly in reverse.
Yep.
There's a pause though, you gotta stop forward momentum and then go in reverse, but you know. Now, wow, look how much space you got here. And this drive, you could like bring it all the way back. I used to love it when you were able to put it all the way back here, but now it looks like if you want to have it all the way out, you're gonna have to put a bungee cable or something. I'm gonna take the drive off so I could show you how this deck looks. Yeah, it's not that heavy. I mean, it's heavy because it's solid, but it's not that heavy compared to other drive or motors. Look how much space you have on this deck. This is crazy. Look, you know how we use this boat? Just like this. You know why? Motors.
It's ready to go.
Gonna put a motor on the back, gonna put a motor in the front, and then that's it. I really don't need the drive. I mean, we just mentioned the drive is amazing, but I could see a lot of people just leaving the drive at home and just having a bow mounted trolling motor right here with another rear motor in the back, and it's like, what's the point of the drive?
Well, if you're gonna do that, then you might as well look at the PWR.
Exactly, and that's why that's the kayak I'm buying, right?
Yeah, that's the one you're gonna take home today.
Exactly. Now look at this seat. This is a swivel seat. I got on it before. It's super easy to turn it. The one at ICAS was kind of hard to turn because I guess it was a prototype, but this one is easier.
It's kind of an aftermarket seat, and then they left the logo on.
Yeah.
They get it from Millennium Marine, so.
It's definitely an aftermarket seat.
But it doesn't matter. I mean, as long as it's good seat.
I think
it looks good on the boats. I think the seats look good. I think they're comfortable, and they're quiet. You know, they're all powder coated too. All the metal is powder coated.
it looks really nice.
So this is going to hold up well in a saltwater environment for sure.
Hey guys, if you don't have money right away, you just apply 6 months on interest.
Yeah, yeah.
David, I forgot something.
What was that?
You know who's making this trip possible? I forgot.
Amped Outdoors.
There you go. Use coupon code ALIEX5 to save you 5% on your next battery, because you're gonna need like 5 of them to power this giant Titan. You need 1 in the front, 1 in the back, and 2 more for your cooler and stuff like that.
You're
GoPros.
using the power of the big screen TVs you're gonna put on the next kayaks. and watch the Super Bowl.
Picture this.
A big screen TV.
I will get a cage mount right here and then put a giant 40-inch screen right there.
Yeah.
Plug it up to a Garmin light scope, you know, get an SI13, whatever the name is right there, and I have a better than a boat. I'm not
It's
kidding
so
you.
big you could the screen can double as a sail.
Yes.
It's a live scope screen and a sail for your kayak.
You know what?
We're gonna do it.
I have a
On a windy day, it's gonna work.
I got a 14-inch tablet that is waterproof. That's gonna be my screen. So let's show them the deck a little bit. You got this nice cut right here for those Plano tackle boxes.
Yeah,
So-
that's a threaded brass insert. So this is what's underneath these screws. Some people look at these boats and they think, hey, if I take that screw out, it's gonna be a
sink.
hole in the boat. It's gonna leak, but it won't leak. That won't leak. That's sealed.
That's sealed. That's actually
And it's
perfect.
brass. So yeah.
You could like put plates. You could put a lot of stuff in there. Like this is what
These
I
are
like.
afterthought. These are the little things that count. The little things that count.
And these people, Native, they listened, man.
Customers calling.
There you go sell kayaks. So while David takes that call, I'm gonna continue. This is made right here in the US. You got those rod holders, horizontal rod holders there. You got 1, 2, 1, 2, 4. The tracks are super strong. You got the rotor release system right here.
Okay, that's right.
If we're gonna move to the back of the boat, you got this fancy seat right here, this 360. It's on the rail, so you can move it forward and back, and it looks like it's just these two knobs right here. So let me just show you quick. Bring it forward, boom, and you could get closer to that drive if you're gonna be using the drive. And what I like about this right here is, look at this, guys. It's set up to put in your batteries, and this is heavy duty, man. Like, I'm trying to get it out and it's like, it's there, it's holding this thing down. Nice material here. You take it out, you got the tray for the battery. I think there's enough clearance for 100 hour battery here. Simply just put the battery in there and don't use the tray. So let's go ahead and put this back. It even has the battery straps right here. Then you, wow, this is super cool, man. Super cool. And look at this. I don't think you guys get the potential of this thing. Look at the seat. The seat is completely looking to the back. You could fish 360. I think that's a more beneficial 360 than other 360 that we're gonna touch on. 360 seat.
You could anchor up, get a chum line going, and fish for sharks right here off of the back of your boat. Right off the back.
That's a super cool idea. You have all this space here to land the shark and be safer. I love this, the back of the Titans. Although the old ones were sexier.
Well, these are more stable.
It looked like a boat.
It looks like a boat.
The old Titan looked even more like a boat because it had like that kind of like, you know, shape. And this is the best part of the kayak for me.
More threaded brass inserts all around.
Exactly. You know what you could do with all this stuff?
You can mount your power pole micro anchor. You can mount a trolling motor.
You could have dual power poles, and you could mount a motor right here. Any motor you're choosing, Bisbee, Newport, whatever you want to choose. Newport you could power with Amped Outdoors lithium batteries.
You could power with Amped Outdoors lithium batteries.
There you go.
There you go.
And the handles are built in on the tracks. And again, if you need to remove this for any reason, you could just remove the screws, take it out,
Track
put it
comes
back in.
It's modular. Everything on these are modular.
Those should be inserts as well, right?
Yeah, they are. They're going to be inserts into the boat because they're screws. They're not rivets.
They're not.
Yeah, if they were rivets,
We don't talk about rivets here. We don't like rivets.
if they were rivets, they're hard to remove.
Yeah, rivets are for like, leave that for Pelican. And right here, they made it so if you have to fix anything with the rudder, at least you have some
You
sort
can
of
reach
access.
your whole arm and everything in there, so
There you
can
go.
reach way down in there.
We didn't even talk about the tank well right here in the back.
Look how much room there is.
Yeah. Do you have a black pack by any chance?
No, I don't have any.
Oh
Not
my
right
God.
now.
Well, you could put a nice cooler here, and if this paddle clipper holder type of thing is on the way, you can move it a little forward, and then you could use the whole entire space. I also like this a lot. Look at this. You got this well here, this deeper areas with the scooper plugs. So when you put a black pack and you take water in for whatever reason, that water is not gonna go inside your black pack or your milk crate, because you have these channels here. And these hooks, forget the name, Omni hooks, quick plug in. Poof, holds it down, you're ready to go. You could literally be on the water in no time, because you could even have your rods already inside the boat. Let's go ahead and show them how a 7.5 foot long rod looks.
See that forward-facing rod holders in that now?
And it's flush mounted.
Flush mounted, and then you have them in the rear.
I didn't even know they were there. That's how sick it looks.
The 10-foot doesn't have these, but the 12-foot does.
It's a super neat idea, man. I like that they did this, like they made this for this boat.
I love the forward-facing one. You know, Old Town does that. Now they're doing that. I think it's really convenient.
Yeah.
Just to have it quickly flush mounted. Because the Omegas are nice when you put the Omega rod holders on too, but they are kind of in the way a little bit. This is open, but you put it there.
It's super useful. You get a fish, you just drop it in there, and then you could do your thing. I want to see how the rod looks. Okay.
I mean, that goes.
You got plenty of space.
Way up there.
Let's go ahead and show you how the Titan 12.5 look underneath. So if we go right here, what? It's kind of like the same design of the 10.5. All right, guys, so talking about specs, let's go ahead and cover what this Titan has to offer. The Titan is 12 feet long, 8 inches, not 6, 8. So it's a little longer than what the name says. This boat also weighs 138 pounds, just the hull. And when they say the whole weight, they means just the plastic that they use to make the boat. None of the fittings, none of the drive, the seat, none of that is included on that 138 pounds. If you add everything you're looking at here, this boat is gonna weigh 172 pounds. I highly recommend that you use a nice kayak cart to move this boat around. The boat is also 40 inches wide, and you just don't see it because it looks nice. Like you look at this boat and you don't think it's that fat. What do you think?
It is. Again, it's for big guys. It's a big guy boat.
Right, it's 40 inches wide, but your eyes can tell you that it's 40 inches wide.
Yeah.
It's really nice. So it holds 500-pound capacity.
That's huge capacity. Who's going to carry 500 pounds of gear on their kayak?
Oh, somebody is.
Somebody's going to do it, huh?
Especially Mr. Professional anglers like myself.
But 500 pounds.
500 pounds of fish
Even if
is
you're
easy.
a big guy and you weigh 250 pounds, that's another 250 pounds of gear. And you're not going to carry that much.
What if you catch a bull shark?
Then there you go. Now you can carry it.
Exactly. And you have the space to fight it too. And guess what, David? This guy retails for $3,500. So this is what I want to do. I want to compare both of them together, but then I want to add something else to it. I want to take it to your scale and see if they're lying or not about the weight. These kayaks are super high quality kayaks made in the US, and they have one thing, and they only have one purpose, and that purpose is fishing. And they're designed to take motors and electronics and whatever you want to put in there. One of these two kayaks excel at that more than the other because it's bigger. But don't be fooled, the 10-footer has a lot of stuff in it. Probably has 99% of the stuff that you will find on the 12 right here, starting with the rear. If we look here at the rear, at the stern, these two boats look very, very alike. It's pretty much the same thing. You got the drain plug right here, you got this handle built in with the tracks, you got the 3 fittings for the power pole. You have the same thing here on the 10.5. You could choose to put a motor here, you could choose to put dual power poles or just put one power pole here. You got an access hatch right here, you got a sacrificial electrical plate, and you have the same thing right here on the 10. You got a battery box. Actually, this is a 12 battery box. This battery box is deeper, it's bigger than the one that you find on a 10.5, so that's something to think of.
Yeah.
The tank well is huge though, 100%. Now looking here in the middle, you got nice handles in the middle, and you have the same thing over there on the 10. And what I like about handles in the middle is I just love it because you could just put your strap and strap it to your truck. It's easier that way. Here the 10.5 is missing something in the back though. You don't see a flush mounted rod holder. You do see one here, but you don't see one here on the back. Now the 12 has 2, and these flush mounted rod holders are really nice because it looks like they were made for this boat. Right?
Right, exactly. Whatever he said.
Yes, 100% right. Now, if we move forward, you get exactly the same 360 seat built by Millennium Marine. This thing is, what do you say,
it's
powder?
It's powder coated. So it's made for a saltwater environment, which in Florida, these boats are going to get in a saltwater environment, that's for sure.
I will flip it,
really
but
nice.
You won't let me.
I don't want to tear them up.
Wow.
We got to keep these nice.
Nice in pristine condition,
Yes,
because
they got to be kept nice. Somebody's going to buy these things.
and somebody's gonna be very
They're
happy.
not sold yet. They're ready for somebody.
That by the time this video's out, this kayak will be sold. But you got more coming, right? Because you
We always
just
have more coming.
just
Yeah.
were on the phone trying to work that out. All right, so if we look at the cockpit area and the seat, it's basically the same thing, right? Same seat, same drive, same size. And looking at the tracks and stuff, it looks like this area is pretty much the same size at this area right here. Over there, you got inserts. Those are inserts. You could remove those screws and screw it in whatever you want, like a web type of thing to hold your pliers, anything like that. Now, the major difference, other than the battery box, is right here at the bow, because you got 10.5 feet versus 12.5. So you don't have as much space on the 10 as you do right here on the 12.5. For example, if you look right here, you got all these extra screws right here, all this area to mount stuff right here on the 12.5, and over here you don't have that. The rigging plate, and I keep calling it a different name because I don't remember exactly what the name is right here on the hatch itself, while on the 12.5 it's right here on the plastic. Another thing is, if you open the hatches, you're gonna see a difference between them. This little tray is tiny, like I think, there you go, it fits inside the other one, because again, it's a size thing. Now I would say a 10.5 feet long kayak is a lot of kayak. You don't really need to buy a 12.5. It's not necessarily better. It depends on what you want to use. A lot of people choose to have a smaller kayak because they're smaller, they tend to weigh less, they're easier to handle off the water and even on the water, because if you need to reach out to get a rod or something, it's closer to you. Something I didn't mention, the tank well over there, man, they look the same size. It looks like these two boats on the back are basically the same size. It's funny that in here they chose not to put a flush mounted rod holder on the 10.5, and they did here on the 12, but it looks like it's almost the same size. It's probably a little smaller, I would say. It's probably a little smaller than the 10, of course, because it's 10, but you got gear tracks all over the place on each of the boats. You got flush mounted rod holders, you got horizontal rod holders, you got that drive that has a really nice warranty, you have the heavy duty seat. The Titan 12.5 is 138 pounds versus the 10.5 at 115 pounds. That means this boat right here weighs an extra 23 pounds. Now you have to think about the fully loaded weight, because that's what's important here. The Titan 12.5, you're looking at 172 pounds versus 149 pounds. That fully weight means that you counted the drive, you counted the seat, you counting everything. In terms of capacity, again, not much of a difference. The 10.5 holds 475 pounds. Wow, this one, the bigger one, only 15 pounds more. That's 500 pounds. Let's talk about pricing. The price difference is only $350 more for the 12.5. So there's not also a major difference in price. They're pretty similar boats. The 10.5 is 38 inches wide, and this one over here is 40. So in terms of stability, judging by the same hull design, the 12 has to be way more stable than the 10 is. And you're also sitting really high. Like your center of gravity is really high, so you could flip when you're sitting down. We gotta test that. Hopefully one day we get to flip one of these. But if you're watching this video and you want to see a super cool flipping test of the Titan 2.5, go check out my friend Cyber Kayak, and I killed his name. He made a video because I asked him to do it, so it's you can go and watch it. Anyways, what I want to do now is to extend this comparison, make it more scientific. I want to take these two kayaks and put them on the scale to see if it's true what they say about their weight. And after that, I'm gonna go ahead and take them on the water and do a complete water demo for you guys. Titan 12 is gonna meet. Oh, David's already over there. This shop is huge. They have a lot of stuff, lots of kayaks and water hammocks and a bunch of other stuff.
So I'm weighing myself. You're gonna have to weigh yourself too. It's pretty accurate.
So,
this is our scale weight.
Well, okay. 205. That's, where is the camera? I don't see it. Where is the thing? There you go. 205. But that's because I have a lot of stuff on me, including the camera.
You got a 5-pound camera.
Yeah. So I should be around 198 naked weight.
I'm usually 269, and today I'm 267.
267. All right. So how are we gonna do this?
What?
We're gonna bring it down and put it there. Let me find a place for the camera.
We're gonna set it on the scale.
Yeah. Titan 12.5 dry weight should be 138. Fully loaded, I mean just the whole weight 138. Fully loaded is 172.
Oh wow.
So
172 fully loaded. Is
yeah, I say it weighs exactly 172. You say?
I don't know. So we're gonna go fully loaded first.
Yes.
All right.
Guess. Let's
Here, I'm gonna pick up my end and we're gonna walk right there.
Okay, perfect. But what's your guess? How much does it weigh?
I don't know.
Gotta push the card out.
We gotta get the card out.
Alright, 3, 2, 1.
Lift.
Man, it does weigh 175 pounds. Let me tell you.
Alright.
I haven't seen
Look
it.
at that.
172.
They weren't lying. They were exactly truthful.
Exactly truthful.
They were exactly truthful, and that never happens.
What kind of wizard is this? My God, look at that.
Now take the drive out, and we'll see what it weighs.
172, exactly what they said it was gonna weigh.
Fully loaded.
Fully loaded. So I think we're gonna get a different weight. 158 without the drive. 14 pounds. You said 15 earlier, so that's pretty close. That one doesn't stop.
14 pounds. Oh, this David.
Boom! That's easy.
Now it's 139. The boat.
No way. No way. 139. Look at that.
Is that what they said?
I think that's exactly what they said. Where's my shishi? What happened to my shishi?
I don't know where you put it.
So 138. So they actually, I mean, maybe they were not counting this. Let's see.
Maybe they took that off.
Yeah, because it's supposed to be whole weight.
This scale is pretty accurate. 137.
Wow.
Without this.
There is no point in weighing the other one. The other one should be the same.
Yeah. I'm very impressed, actually, because as a dealer, I never see the exact weight on my scale as to what they advertise.
And it was exactly.
It was exactly. So good job, Native.
Yeah.
Being truthful to everybody out there.
Exactly. But you know what? Another thing that I want to test, and I'm gonna do it on the power, is I'm gonna test how much does it hold.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because they say 500 pounds.
We can weigh the PWR if you want to weigh it when you're here.
No, I'm gonna do it at the house. But like, I'm talking about putting weight on this, put it on the pool, and see how much capacity.
500 pounds of weight.
Right, but what do they mean by 500 pounds?
Yeah.
Maybe it means with the plug 500 pounds, and if you take the plugs off, maybe it's 400. So that's the thing I want to check.
It shouldn't make that big of a difference with the plugs in or out.
Well, yeah.
Maybe a little bit.
That's why we gotta test it.
We got tested. Maybe you even got to flip it, Alex.
Exactly. I already had a friend of mine flip one of these. He was
on
surprised.
purpose?
Yes.
On purpose?
Yeah. He said that it was more stable than any hobby he ever owned.
It's very stable. I gotta say, it's very stable.
There you go. Thanks. Wow. So now we're gonna start the water demo of the 10.5, and we're gonna do it with a paddling session, and then we're gonna use the drive. This is really nasty conditions to be testing a kayak like this. You definitely need a longer paddle. I would say at 260, because you're sitting very high. You're sitting high, and also the boat is wide, very wide. So you definitely need a bigger paddle. Can you paddle this boat? Yes, you could paddle it, but like anything, you're gonna have a hard time paddling. It was not designed to be a paddle boat. It was designed to be a pedal drive, motorized boat. Let me turn here to go against the wave and see. Oh, dude. I don't wish on anyone paddling on a heavy, wide, compact kayak against waves like this. I do not wish it on my worst enemy. You can do it, but it's not efficient, it's not nice. But what you can do to remedy that is so easy. A caveman could do it. When you get this boat, I would recommend you take it on the water. You find exactly the seating position where you want to be when you're using the drive, and you go pliers or whatever, and you tie down those nuts with the plier really hard, as hard as you can. Otherwise, you're gonna hate yourself pretty much, because what's gonna happen is, once you see like the waves like this, right, and then you push really hard, that seat is gonna skip back and it's not gonna be comfortable. Right, so just 2 seconds ago I was paddling this boat against these waves and I was hating life. Yet with the drive, dude, you could do it. Look at this. You could like go and go and go with the drive against the wave. The waves are so high that you hear the drive doing a cavitation, because it's kind of like up in the air. You know, when you are on the water on an outboard and the outboard jumps on the water and you hear like that loss of velocity? That's what's happening right here, right now. It's not a problem with the kayak, it's just the conditions. The 12 didn't do it because it's longer. So let's go ahead and do a tight turn right here. Let me turn to my left. All right, let's go ahead, turn to my right first, because I was trying to set up the camera. Let's see. Oh my God, this thing turns even better than the 12 because it's a smaller kayak. Easier to turn a 10-footer versus a 12. I don't know what Native did to their steering system, but they work so well. So well. Great job, Native. Amazing. The cool thing about this kayak too, if it's the same as the 12, you could just set the steering like that, going forward, and not even touching the steering, moving a little bit because the wave, but like for the most part the boat is sort of going straight. Oh my god, do you see that? May look flat to you, but this is not flat. The waves are not flat at all. It's very moving water right here. Wow. I wonder how this would do with a nice motor, man. Yeah, but like I want to feel it, not see somebody else do it. I just want to get a feel for it myself, see how it does with a motor. So now let's go ahead and see how nice it is to stand up on this kayak. Feel good. I actually feel more stable standing up on this kayak than sitting down, because simple, the seat is very high, super high center of gravity from the seat. Let's go ahead here to a little, you know, more like deeper here where we get those big swells. See how it feels standing up. Feels very, very stable. It's a Titan 10.5. The name says it. It's a Titan. It's a wonderful little boat. Wow. This boat, just like the 12, also have instant reverse. We call it instant reverse because you easily go reverse without having to change any cables or grab a paddle or anything like that. But it's not so instant as you saw. It takes maybe like a minute, few seconds, to actually the boat stop completely and then go in reverse. But you could do it because let's say you want to fish right here, because you saw a fish, you want to stay in place with the reverse, you could just stay here and you do your fishing. And then you also, that rudder here, it's a beautiful thing, man. This rudder from Native is just epic. I really enjoy using that new rudder, and I think it's on the same thing as on the PWR 129, which I'm taking home because I'm gonna buy it for myself, because we're gonna do so many videos on that boat. If you are anywhere close to Ocean Water Sports right here in Auburndale, check it out, because he has a lot of kayaks and you could get a feel for them before you buy it. You could look at it. My wife is gonna back up the truck right now so we could get this boat out of the water, and having the reverse right here, it's so nice because I could stay where I want to be waiting for her to do that, because we have Pukas who doesn't want to go inside. He likes the outdoors and stuff like that. But look at this, it's very nice just having the drive, you know, the propel drive, could maintain position. Like if I had a rod right here, I would just be fishing. This rudder is not moving at all. I said that like 1,000 times because you don't know how important that is. Because if the rudder was always moving, I won't be able to like just let it go. I will constantly have to have a hand right here. But right here, I just want to go this way, turn the rudder to my left, and I'm there. Gives me enough time to do the cast that I need to do. You know, look at this. Man, I should have brought a rod. Dude, this is like the biggest selling point of this kayak. The drive. Just instantly go in reverse. Okay. I love me motors 1,000%, but the reason I love motors is because I don't want to fight that rough thing. So having both of them, epic stuff. Okay, so it's easy to bring this right up. Just this is a prop alignment. Just put it down, move the pedals a little bit, and then it just comes out. You should be holding it down so the blade doesn't spin. And the rudder is easy to bring up as well. This is why you have a drive, to get out of the way. Just like that. I was about to hit the dock and I just turned the drive on and there we go. Ooh, this is cool, man. If you see so high, one of the things that you get with such a high seat is that you're high. So if there's a lot of wind, it's just gonna push you one side or the other. Let's just go against the wind. Hey guys, we're right here on the Titan 12.5 on this lake, and you can see the wave coming over and hitting me. I'm getting wet and it's cold, but this boat is nice, man. Let me give it a little bit of speed. Wow, you could move it. I wonder how fast I'm going. The problem is I'm hitting all this wind and stuff. Let's see. So right now I don't even have the hand on the rudder, and it's keeping it straight. Look at that, it's going straight, and I don't even have the hands on the rudder. So 3.2 miles an hour against the wave, 3.8, 4 miles an hour against the wave. So that tells me on a calm day you could probably go 5.5 if you push it really hard, and the rudder doesn't even move. That's so cool. All right, so let's turn here to my right. Let's see how sharp of a turn it does. Dude, so cool. It turns on the spot. Basically, look at the wake. I'm basically turning on the spot, and the rudder stays in place. It's not tilting. That's some cool stuff. Let me do something quick here. Okay, now we're talking. Okay, I had it 4+ miles an hour going that way. I think I said 5.5 if the weather was nice. Probably not, but let's see if we go with a wave and we go hard, see how fast we go. One of the things with this seats and all that stuff is that you gotta make sure that they are tied down hard. If not, you're gonna have issues. Okay, so I want to see if oh man, this is getting like, this right here is like sea wave pretty much on this lake today. That's crazy. So if you go hard, I'm gonna let go of the rudder, not holding the rudder. I'm gonna paddle really hard, pedal with the wave. 4.5, 4.6, 5.1, 5.3, 5.3. But like, guys, look at the waves. They're high. I don't think the GoPro will show you how high they are, and the rudder didn't move, it stayed in place. The tracking is incredible. So one of the reasons why you will get a boat like this is because of the drive, and one of the reasons why you will get this drive is simply because you got reverse right here. See this? You easily go in reverse. Takes a minute because, you know, you gotta change directions, but once you get out of here, you go, you take it, you're out of the way, you get in reverse. Super nice. Now I want to do two more things. I want to see how well it paddles and how well it does if I stand up right now, like in the middle of this lake right here, with those waves hitting my face pretty much. All right, let's go ahead and do that. Whew. Okay, we're getting grass. That's why I jumped. This is like the perfect time to do this test right here. So we want to bring this drive up. Let's see, one hand, see what happens. There you go. That's the grass. That's what was hitting the hole. The drive was not performing as it should because it was full of grass. But one-handed operation will remove the grass just like that. Always latch it down because this thing is too powerful, like it's super powerful. So if you put a lot of pressure on it, it's gonna pop up. Look, I'm touching the rudder, but I don't even have to touch the rudder, man. Like seriously, I don't. This thing like no need to do anything with the rudder. Well, let me make sure that it's in the right direction. It's cool, man. People often, you don't need a motor in kayak. What's the point? Well, this is a nice kayak. The drive is fast. It's a giant kayak. But when you're hitting waves like this, if you had a motor, dude, you'll be fishing instead of fighting the conditions. So that's why, even though this is a pedal drive kayak, Native Watercraft understand their customers, that they may want to put a motor or two on it. And that makes this kayak special. Because on calm days, beautiful days out, you could have a great time with just the drive. Days like this, you wanna have that motor. Trust me, I miss it right now. But let's just go ahead and stand up. Dude, what the heck? Whew. I'm in the middle of the lake, waves. The waves are pushing me back. I feel like I'm on a dock. This thing is super stable, man. Incredible. Now, I was saying before in our previous videos why I don't like, well, not that I don't like it, but why I take this off like quick. Water gets on the deck, you want that water to go out. There's a reason why those holes are in here. I need to paddle it, and then I'm gonna show you a little trick about this boat. Hopefully I don't hit that camera when I'm paddling I would say. Yeah, I want to get a feel for it. Like, the seat is very high, man. You don't want to paddle this. First of all, if you do want to paddle this, I recommend you get a longer paddle, like a 260 centimeter paddle, because yeah, this thing is not, I mean, you could paddle it, but you don't want to be paddling. That's the truth. See, say you want to go right here, make a quick turn with the paddle, and let's paddle with. What do you think, David? How does it look? Yeah, I know, that's exactly what I was just saying. You definitely need like a 260. Yeah, you definitely need a long paddle for sure. I would say 260. Oh yeah, it shows. It shows. So when you're done with the paddle, you could just clip it back here. One more thing I gotta show the people. What if you gotta get something from the back? That rudder doesn't even move when you don't want to. That's crazy. So what happens if you need to get something from the back? Shark fishing. This is perfect. Wow. I could see myself fishing like this. Look at all this space. You could choose not to have anything on the back and just fish back there, or turn around and fish from here or the side. Wow, that's super cool. Guys, ALIEX 2023, we got a new Titan, finally. I'm gonna try to give you a whole walkthrough. I'm gonna jump behind the camera and see what happens. Let's go. We got a new Titan, finally. I don't know how many years it's been. Probably what, 6 years since the first Titan came up. Now we got a new TitanX Propel 12.5, and this thing is built for one thing only, to fish. Look at that, you could add a trolling motor to the front. You got dual graph right there. What will you need to? What will you need to graph?
Live scope for Garmin, you got map and sonar.
Or Mega Live and 360. If you're home.
Yeah, Live 360. Both of these are Garmin, but yeah, that's probably the main reason for two. But
one, navigation, because you're going super fast, because you got a high-speed trolling motor in the back and a trolling motor in the front. And another one for fishing.
Yeah, and you gotta have some swag too, you know?
Yeah,
you gotta have a little swag. But I mean, this boat's got it. This kayak's got it.
It got a lot of stuff in, but I'm thinking, why 7? Let's make it 12.
Yeah, may get in the way.
Maybe you want to watch a movie.
Yeah, you could.
Hey,
you get bored of fishing though. Yeah. You can't get bored of fishing.
Well, if you catch your PB and you win the tournament.
Yeah.
You know, like.
Then you just order a pizza.
True. Hey. Yes.
Yeah.
It needs to have like a landing platform for the drone. right here.
Yeah.
So the pizza gets delivered.
Yeah, I like it. I like it.
Yeah. This is what do you call this? Is this a kayak or a boat?
This is a super kayak.
I like that. I like that.
Yeah, this thing's pimped out.
You can still launch it through your normal launch spot. You don't have to pay the marina fees.
No, this thing's pimped out for sure. 2 trolling motors. I mean, I was just checking it out. I mean,
this right here is a 3 horsepower brushless
yeah, I was
electric
checking
motor.
out. What's the deal on this trolling motor? This Newport. I've never seen this.
Well, it's kind of like I mean, this thing could push it probably 6 to 7 miles an hour depending on conditions.
Yeah.
And it's different. It's brushless. It's not like the trolling motor in the front.
Oh.
Like that trolling motor probably go 4 miles an hour. This is going 2 more. On a kayak, that's huge.
Oh, okay.
And you got dual power pole, and of course, because you know, if you anchor with just one, it's gonna turn you around. So now you got 2.
Yeah.
And it's crazy. You know how much money is there here? Let me see. $1,200, $2,000, $1,000 each, $3,000. These are probably $1,000 plus a transducer. Oh my God, I don't even want to count. That's another $1,500. The battery is probably $1,000.